Tres, dos, uno. The socialist dictator of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, is counting his days and singing for mercy.
La 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 la. Don't worry, be happy. La 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 la. Just peace, not war.
Mad Dog Maduro is trying to get off Trump's naughty list because he's looking at a lot more than coal this Christmas. Yesterday, a highly trained team of 10 Marines and 10 Coast Guardsmen seized an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. Footage shows a chopper approaching the vessel, with American forces rappelling down onto the deck, weapons drawn, detaining the captain. We set another record.
From the standpoint of news, as you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually. And other things are happening, so you'll be seeing that later.
The tanker seized is known as the Skipper. Biden sanctioned it in 2022 for ties to Iran and Hezbollah. The Skipper wasn't with Gilligan. It was equipped with electronic warfare technology, which can present a real threat.
These are used to suppress enemy air defenses, to disrupt enemy communications. They're what you do in the initial wave of an attack to protect friendly aircraft and to make it harder for the enemy to respond.
The Skipper's out of commish, but we kept the oil, and we didn't even have to drill, baby, drill.
The vessel will go to a U.S. port, and the United States does intend to seize the oil. However, there is a legal process for the seizure of that oil, and that legal process will be followed.
Maduro is fuming, the dictator vowing to break America's teeth. Ouch. This is all a part of his no good, very bad day. The seizure came just hours after we smuggled the Venezuelan opposition leader out of the country. Maria Machado won the last election, but Maduro wouldn't leave. So she was the one who won the Nobel Peace Prize. Sources say the CIA smuggled her out in a wig, passing through 10 military checkpoints, then rode a wooden boat onto the Caribbean island of Curacao, then boarding a plane to Norway, where she picked up the prize. The fact that she made it past all those military checkpoints is freaking Maduro out, because it means his security apparatus dropped the ball and let her escape. Were some of them in on it? Probably. That means Maduro's losing his tight grip over the military, just at the wrong time. A pair of F-18s just buzzed the Gulf of Venezuela, making it the closest known approach of U.S. aircraft in Venezuelan airspace. More assets are pouring into Puerto Rico. American Growlers. These are aircraft that provide electronic warfare support during tactical operations. And now the Green Mountain Boys of the Vermont National Guard are deploying F-35s to the Caribbean.
Potential invasion or potential land strikes in Venezuela aligned with the president's supporters, the MAGA base, does it risk the potential for a prolonged war? Prolonged war is definitely not something this president is interested in. He's been very clear about that. He wants peace. He also wants to see the end of illegal drugs being trafficked into the United States and taking the lives of hundreds of thousands of Americans across our country.
The Venezuelan opposition leader was asked about a potential U.S. invasion, and here was her answer.
Venezuela has been already invaded. We have the Russian agents. We have the Iranian agents. We have terrorist groups such as Hezbollah, Hamas, operating freely in accordance with the regime. We have the Colombian guerrilla, the drug cartels that have taken over 60% of our population.
If that's all true, Maduro's harboring drug cartels, guerrilla fighters, KGB, and jihadists right in our backyard. No bueno. So far, Trump's not been rash. He's squeezing Maduro slowly like a python. Start with the money. Kill the drug traffickers and stop the sanctioned oil sales. And that means taking these ghost tankers out before they can make Maduro money. The dictator's illegal oil exports are the only thing propping his regime up. He uses the oil cash to bribe the military and keep the lights on. Trump just sanctioned 3 of Maduro's narco nephews tied to cocaine and petroleum. 22 Coke boats have already been smoked, and our carriers are still parked right outside his front door. Maduro feels the noose tightening.
No more Afghanistan. No more Libya. Basta de guerras eternas, carajo!
The dictator's assessing his options. He can flee with amnesty to the Middle East, but if he wants to eat pork, Belarus, Putin's client state, says he can retire there. Putin actually called Caracas to check in on their Latin American strongman. Is Vlad trying to give Maduro an off-ramp to curry favor with the Trump administration during the Ukraine negotiation? Or is he making his proxy into a porcupine to draw American blood? Not sure. But seizing ghost tankers isn't just about Maduro. We're asserting dominance over the Western Hemisphere and checking Chinese and Russian intrusion. We're also flexing in the Pacific theater. Russia and China just conducted joint military drills together. That's never something you want to see. So US B-52 bombers were flying in formation alongside Japanese fighter jets this week over the Sea of Japan. Now, if there's a war in the Pacific, we'll need oil tankers, and lots of them, which is why we're keeping the Skipper and potentially others. Reuters is reporting the United States will be seizing more and more sanctioned tankers in the Caribbean. And this hurts China, too. The sanctioned Venezuelan oil is mostly being sold to Beijing. And the Chinese have been building massive refineries in Venezuela to process their crude. You can't have that. All this activity sends a strong message to Latin America, especially Colombia.
He's going to have himself some big problems if he doesn't wise up. Colombia is producing a lot of drugs. They have cocaine factories that they make cocaine, as you know, and they sell it right into the United States. So he better wise up, or he'll be next. He'll be next, too. And I hope he's listening.
Colombia is signed onto China's Belt and Road. They bet on the wrong horse. We're cleaning up our backyard, stopping drugs, superpowers, and caravans. These people are killing Americans. But Mad Maxine, no relation, wants Trump brought up on charges.
He is basically killing and bombing boats, claiming that these people are involved with drug trafficking without evidence, without proof, without coming to the Congress of the United States to talk about what he knows and what should be done and how it should be handled. He's just killing people.
No one's taking these people seriously anymore, especially after the mess Biden and the border czar made down south. The president is pushing an America First foreign policy, and the media is just trying to slow it down with another hoax.
Mr. President, has Secretary Hexas told you why he hasn't released the video of the second strike?
No, he hasn't told me. I thought that issue was dead. You're surprised you bring it up. You must be CNN.
Lawmakers are still
Are you
talking about
CNN?
it on the Hill.
Are you CNN?
I am with CNN.
Oh, gee, I'm shocked to find out.
But lawmakers are still talking about it on the Hill.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know about lawmakers. Which lawmakers? You're talking about
Just the
Democrats?
Democrats have been talking about trying to release
I
it.
mean, the people that you work for, the Democrats? You know you work for the Democrats, don't you? You're basically an arm of the Democrat Party.
The Democrats ran on, we have to stop a dictator. And now that Trump's stopping one, they call it a war crime. So Maddow is calling for a coup, not in Venezuela, here, because she says Trump's gone loco.
Trump really doesn't seem to have any idea why he's going to war in Venezuela, nor does he seem to be in charge of any of the decisions that are leading us to this war. And so we also have to worry about who's actually running the government right now and who is actually driving us toward this regime change war that the president doesn't seem to be at the helm of. We don't know who is, and we don't know why.
Maddow wasn't worried about who was running our government when Biden was passed out on the beach. Democrats tried to put Trump in prison because he said an election was stolen. Now, Maduro actually stole the election, and Democrats took his side. So if you're keeping score at home, Democrats are now on the side of drug cartels, dictators, China, and the Iranians. Not a great neighborhood to be in.